example of using the Web Tools technology selection criteria. So when you go down to is the tool accessible by both Windows and Mac, and a lot of times you can look online and see that this happens to be downloadable on the App Store as well as Google Play, so I know that it's going to be accessible with both items, so I'm going to put an X. And I might put also there are apps for this so that I know that, and I'm going to put an X here. And then is the tool accessible on a mobile device? And obviously, because I can see that here, I know that it is accessible on a mobile device. So that'll be something that I'll be able to put on here that I'll be able to use. And so I'll be able to say X for that. Is the tool viewable in a variety of web browsers? And to do this, I could always open up Chrome and Safari and all those and know, and I actually have done that, and I know that it's available in all the browsers that I tried. Does it work for dial-up? No. This is a question that's really hard to answer, but if you're in a rural school district and a lot of your parents have dial-up, you might just try and have a student access a website for you. I know that this one works fairly well, and since you can access on your phone, this might take away some of those issues with that. Is the tool free? Yes, it's entirely free. Notice that it says free here, but I also have done a little research on it as well, so I do know that the tool is free. So I can put that on there as well. Will the tool be around for a while? For me, I look at it to see how long it's been around, how many people are using it. There is no guarantee, but I'm going to say yes. And I've done a little bit of research, and I've Googled it online, and it's a widely used tool in education. And most of the time when it's used in education, created by an educator, you usually have a better rate of it staying around. Does a district have this tool open? Now this is important. And if you're going to use this with your students, I would definitely make sure that I log on as a student to make sure they have access to it, as well as myself. This is open for everyone in our district. I've made sure that my students can actually access this. Do you have to create an account to use the tool? Yes, I do, as the teacher, have to create an account. So here's where I would put in my information. Yes, but only the teacher needs an account. No student accounts needed. And then, do you have to have an email? I do have to have an email for this account, so I'm going to put yes. Is the tool easy to use? Now, I'm going to walk you through it. It is super easy to use, so I'm going to say yes. Does it have a help section? They have an awesome help section. Once you sign in, they have great places where you can ask questions. There's teacher resources here, so if I was to click on the teacher resources, which I will do very quickly, I get a PDF that shows me how to use it. I have ways that I can explain it to teachers. There's pictures that you can download for your students, so I do know that this has a great, robust help site. Does anything have to be downloaded? No. It's truly a web tool. And again, I could go down where I was before, and I could look at About Us and find out more about it. I'll go ahead and click on that really quick. That you can watch about it. And then it kind of tells you here, you know, they're not trying to earn money. They have several investors behind them, so that's a really good thing too. When you have some good high-powered investors behind them, that's usually a great thing. Knowing I could look at this and say 100 million people have sent messages. There's 75 teachers that are actually on their advisory board, so you know that they're really looking out to help the staff, and their employee base is growing. The dog is kind of how they started. I could learn more by clicking here, so I definitely know a lot about them. Privacy, does the tool allow you to restrict access of your, yes, and so this is a safe tool, and I know that obviously because I've used it, but notice that I can go in here, I can watch a video about it. I also, when I was down at the bottom, notice that I can get automatic support from them there. I can learn more about the tool. I can look down to see terms of service from them, learn how it works. Again, watch a video, safely communicate. It's free, it's built for teachers, it's very private. Students never see my phone number. It's easy for everybody to sign up for it. Here's some features that they're going to tell me about. And so again, great help and support, and I can even read where teachers have written down how much they like it. So it is definitely private. Does the tool protect your personal and data? And all you have to do if you want to know about that is click on Terms of Service and Privacy Policy down here at the bottom, and it's going to tell you that we care about your personal information. We make sure to keep it private. They're not selling it, so I'm going to say yes. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to say yes. Does the tool allow you and your students to retain sole IP rights? Yes, it does. Does the tool allow you to determine the copyright status of the content you've created? It does. Now, you would find that if you want to see through the privacy, you'll be able to see things up here about keeping personal information, about keeping it private. I can also do terms of service to see that as well. If you were doing something where you were maybe creating some content, you would want to look to make sure that you could put a Creative Commons license on it, or you could put a copyright license on it if you wanted to. So that's something that you want to look into, just depending on what type of website you're using. Can you save a copy of the product to your desktop to future archival? You could take a screenshot of this, because basically what it is it's the ability to send messages to your students. I'll kind of show you what it looks like. I'm gonna log in really quickly so you'll know. And that's how I would obviously create an account if I was going to look at something and then log on and actually use the tool before I actually. So really what it is I'm going to go to my practice class, and what I can do is to my practice class, we have a meeting on Friday, and put it in there. And this is the phone number that you see, which is obviously not my phone number. It's something that is that I've done. I can schedule this to go out tonight or tomorrow. I can put an attachment that everybody could see. And so the only way that I could really keep a copy of this, it saves all the text messages that I sent out, but I could keep a screenshot to my desktop. So really, I could say yes if I take a screenshot. Several things, you know that when you create something, it's only kept in their database and you're not able to export it, so you'd probably have to do no for that. Workload and time management. Does a tool work easy to track student work for grading or remediation? For me, it's a yes, because it allows me to quickly remind parents and students of assignments or upcoming events. So it saves me time. Does the tool support private and public comment? No. Parents are not allowed, parents or students cannot text back on this system. It's a one-way system, so they're only giving information out. Is it possible to embed the tool into your web page or learning? Yes, I could actually embed this information into my website. Fun factor, does the tool allow you to be creative during the learning process? I'm going to say probably no. It's more of a teacher tool. Tool allow you to demonstrate creativity in the learning project. Probably not too much creativity happening here. Does it provide opportunities for different types of interaction, visual, verbal, and written? Actually, yes. And does the tool encourage collaboration? No, it's not encouraging collaboration. Not that that's a bad thing based on what the tool is. So really a quick way and kind of a place, and everyone will be a little different, but you do know that most of the terms of service and things are usually at the bottom of a tool. And then again, getting in and just playing around with it, notice that I could go back and look at all my messages to see all the messages that I'd sent. So again, I do have a thing to keep a copy of everything, like we said earlier. So again, this is what you would do to fill out of the web tool technology criteria for the week. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to email me.